Hello, my name is Jose Fuentes. How are you? I'm a seer, I'm a psychic. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for your patience with everything that we do here. It's very hard sometimes with the amount of work that I have, being like crossing over videos in English and Spanish because it takes time. You know, it takes a little bit of time again to be able to edit, to be able to pronounce exactly what I want to pronounce. I just don't want to start throwing videos just for throwing them. And it's a pleasure really that you guys keep following me, and notwithstanding all the predictions in Spanish, you're still asking for help and for guidance. You know, that means a lot to me, and we're gonna be here. Don't forget, if you can donate to the channel. We monetize the channel. There's not levels, there's none of that. It's just a channel where we are speaking the truth. You know, what I think, I hope what I think is the truth, you know, and it's no filters. You are more than welcome if you want to collaborate and donate to the channel. Feel free. That's important. There is a link that I'm gonna leave below also for donations. With, if you want to use your credit card, you can use that for the channel, or you could just do with the super thanks with on the YouTube system. So there's a way to donate through YouTube too if you feel more comfortable. Thank you so much. I want to start with you today with Russia. Russia is in a deep hole. A lot of people, when I talk about Russia, they were before I proceed with this, I just want you to let you know that all the predictions that went into for sports. If you're a sports aficionado or sports enthusiast, you have to go to the other channel, which is Tornado Fed. I'm gonna leave the link below, and also you can just click on it and see some of the predictions that I have there in Spanish and English. I wanted to start translating a lot of that stuff, but it's taking a lot of time. So I promise you, I'm gonna start popping more in English at least once a week, so you guys can have more content, and then we can all be equally happy. So I was talking about Russia. Russia's in a deep hole right now. You know, things that I said before, everybody was laughing, thinking that Russia was gonna go and walk into Ukraine like a happy hour and nothing was gonna happen. Ukrainians were just gonna surrender, and it was gonna be just another day in the park. Well, nothing could have been farther from the truth. They found a fierce resistance. You know, it was a lot of problems that they encountered, mainly because the United States basically supply Ukraine with weapons. The United States wanted a war to happen. They were the ones that originated this, for reasons that we're gonna talk about that later. But those are the ones that started the war, start shaking up the area. So Russians can desperate and basically move towards the invasion that they did. Why? Because they were given a lot of problems. Russia was growing healthy. I think that Russia had a lot of things that they should have just waited. I think that was the wrong time. They're gonna basically retro 100 years now, because Moscow is gonna probably the whole country is gonna be on a state of destruction. You know, it's gonna be they're gonna go into the Stone era. It's gonna be a lot of problems. They have sanctions. It's gonna be the cities are gonna be destroyed. I don't know personally from my visions and what I hear about Zelensky and his defense secretary. They don't know if Putin is still alive. In my visions, I don't see Putin alive. We all know that he has doubles, and you see people different everywhere. The guy doesn't even look the same. You know, it's a total different guy. In my visions, I have that guy dead. He died from pancreatic cancer. Medvedev is the former prime minister. Is the one that's moving all that's pulling the strengths in Russia, and there's no other way around. That's what I have. my prediction is that they're gonna kill fake Putin, whoever seems to be Putin, or the three that are Putin. I don't know if they're gonna say, well, you know what, that was a double. Don't know how much of a difference that's gonna make, but I think that Medvedev is gonna be assassinated, and Medvedev is gonna be all put in jail. You know, the truth of the matter is that I predicted in the Spanish channel that was going to be a revolution in Russia. It is already there. Guerrilla groups are already forming, counteroffensive, or however you want to call them, in Russia. They basically already bombing Moscow. It's a total mess. I said it. When nobody gave a penny for Ukraine, everybody thought that it was going to be another day it was going to be a walk in the park. There are the results, there are the consequences, and this is not even the tip of the iceberg. There's a lot of things that are still yet to happen. You're going to see it's going to be a chaos, it's going to be a problem, it's going to be a big mistake for the Russians to be invaded that country, because they're working. This is a third world war. A lot of people laugh at me. Wars are no longer just with weapons. Wars find a very different way. There's a lot of ways to fight wars this way. In this era, we have wars that have to be allowed with the economic sanctions that you see, and economic races. You know, where one country wants to be more powerful than the other one, industrially, agriculturally. You know, and just grow their base when it comes to economic growth. So what we saw here is a third world war. You know, the Russians basically fought with the British, the Russians fought with the Germans, the Russians fought with Poland, the Russians fought with United States. There is plenty of proof that many of our guys here from the States, you know, Marines and SEALs, are in Ukraine, basically giving intelligence to Ukraine. Nobody cares, you know, because the Russians are pretty much done. One thing I could just want you as a world caution to let you know is that anything can happen. I always said to my Spanish viewers and listeners that in a context where everything is socioeconomic, you know, where you're looking at changes that could happen in any time. The whole military in Russia can probably they could just cause a revolt and kill fake Putin and Medvedev. You know, anything can happen. It's very hard to predict entirely, thoroughly event of things when you have a lot of changes where it could just be in a snap, you know, in a blink of an eye, anything can change, you know. So I think at the end of the day, Russia is going to be destroyed utterly. It's not going to be anything left other than oil and gas, what they have, you know, and resources. And United States is going to take over with Britain. They're going to have to strike a deal with some of the guys there. What happened in the 90s when Boris Yeltsin was a president or prime minister or whatever they have czars, they have prime ministers, they have dictators, I don't know how they call them anymore. But when he was there, he was a drunkard. He was basically a lowlife. He was there after Gorbachev. He was drunk all the time. He got a guy there that was his bodyguard, was a tough guy of his. I don't know if he served in a public office. I don't care. It don't matter. You know, and when the United States, when the Russians fell, when the Russians fell, when the system fell, they just saw a guy hidden behind a counter, and it's like, hey, you, who are you? Oh, my name is Vladimir Putin. Come over here. What? And you're gonna run the country now, because that's what we do. That's what we do in every country. That's what happened. Vladimir Putin had no clue what was going on. He was a bodyguard of that guy. He was a former KGB guy. I don't know if he was the head of the KGB. I have no idea. I know he was a KGB guy. We know experience in politics. The guy was there at the right time, at the right place. The United States made that guy. The United States made Russia. Russia became a fat country in terms of economic growth and everything. Now there are the consequences. Russia is done. My vision is that they're gonna probably kill their infrastructure, their economic, their agriculture, everything that Russia is made of or is known for is gonna be probably a thing of the past. You listen to that here, you hear it here. I ain't said that many times, but I'm telling you right now, this is basically the end of the story with the Russians. God bless Russia, because it's gonna be a mess and an utter mess. Let's talk about Spain. Sorry to my Spanish audience about Spain also having a lot of floods. A lot of floods, it's going to be a lot of rain. It's going to be a lot of different things that are going to be natural disasters. They're going to be targeting Spain. Spain is a country that's going to have a big budget for natural disasters, because it's going to be a year where it's going to be more and more, and it's going to be a lot of different things, events that are going to occur in Spain, where everybody's going to be asking what the hell is going on, where is help here. There's, as we speak, in Andalusia, in Mallorca, in a lot of those places, I think there's already problems there and no one is there to help out. So they're just flowing by themselves, trying to relieve themselves. Spain is a pretty much bankrupt country, with a lot of problems. With the far right is gonna take over. I think Fijo, the contender for that's running for president against Sanchez, is gonna be the next president of Spain. And they're gonna go way to the right. It's gonna be a lot of problems. If you guys are immigrants and live in Spain, I guarantee that you're gonna have a lot of problems with that country. It's gonna unleash against immigrants, just like Italy is doing it right now, and it's gonna be more problems and more questions rather than answers. Because it's gonna be a lot of cuts. Spain is out for a lot of freaking problems. You're gonna remember what I told you, and you're gonna remember where you heard it. Jose Fitzon Microblog. That's where you hear it. Now we're gonna talk about India, one of my favorite countries. I love India. India. Well, his prime minister is gonna run again. He's gonna win. He's gonna be again the prime minister, a guy that everybody loves. It's a good guy. It's a cool guy. I think that India is set for a lot of growth. It's growing. It's the country that has the most population in the world. That's crazy. What I'm concerned about India is the part where Ambani, the richest guy, the richest man in the world, is basically taking over the whole Bombay area. He made people believe that he was gonna give him housing and he was gonna build a better city. No. He's gonna build a city like Dubai, and those people are gonna be homeless. Those people are gonna be on a lot of trouble. I don't know why the Prime Minister Modi, no, I don't remember the name of the Prime Minister. Let this guy to get away with that. It's gonna be a big problem. India is gonna have a huge problem of homeless people, especially in that area. Bombay is gonna be insane. You're gonna remember what I say. You're gonna remember that you hear it here, and that's not it. India is gonna have an earthquake that's gonna be very destructive in certain areas of India, or in a particular area that I will probably, maybe I would say later, but it's gonna be a bad earthquake that's gonna be very destructive. And you remember what I just said. It's waiting to happen. It can happen at any time. I see this earthquake coming this year or early next year, and it's gonna be a total catastrophe like the one I predicted in Mexico and the one that I just predicted in Ecuador that just happened with to say that to my Spanish audience. So watch for India. India is gonna have a lot of economic growth. It's gonna continue. It's a very secular country. It's a big country. I don't think that India is gonna be it's gonna be a poor country ever. I just think that its socioeconomic problems are gonna continue to a point where there's gonna be a lot of people are gonna be angry. Crime is gonna rise in India. It's gonna be a lot of issues when it comes to crime, mainly because all the things that all the growth that India is expecting as far as population, and the big mistake of letting Ambani getting away with what he wanted. So I think that's going to create more problems. It's going to create diseases. People are going to be in the streets. It's going to be a big issue in India. I hope that my brothers in India could survive, could get away from all this madness that this guy Ambani is doing, and find relief somewhere, somehow. So the earthquake is ready to be happening. Other than that, I see India in a vertical line, in a vertical stage as far as like the growth, the economic growth. It's a country that has a lot of technology. It's a country that has a lot of programmers. It's a country that has a lot of infrastructure. I think the growth is going to continue, but that doesn't matter. The growth is going to be there. Nevertheless, it's going to be a lot of problems with the society within. that's gonna be a chaos. And be careful, because that's how countries get destroyed, when their own citizens start revolting, start speaking, start congregating, and start fighting for their rights. That's a problem in India. As far as I could see, it's going to be a big thing, that a huge mistake letting this guy Amani doing that in Bombay, which is one of the most important cities in the world, not just in India. You'll see what happens. Don't forget, you hear it here in Jose Fits on Microsoft. Let's go with their archie enemies and neighbors. Pakistan. Pakistan is out for another earthquake too. Pakistan, I don't know if that's going to be simultaneously. It's going to be the one in Pakistan that's going to affect India. Don't see that, I can tell you that. But I know that Pakistan is going to have another earthquake. I said it to my Spanish audience, and it's going to be lethal. The floods are going to continue. It's a country with a lot of problems, a country that nobody cares for. It's a country that's suffering a lot. It's a country that has no help. It breaks my heart to see all this, and to make matter worse, they're gonna have an earthquake that's gonna be very destructive, and it's gonna be a huge problem for Pakistan, because they don't have the funds. The Red Cross and all the international organizations that have to aid, these countries are gonna have to jump in and help them. It's a big problem. A lot of people are gonna die. Feel bad for Pakistan. I feel bad. My heart aches when I think about this, and grieves with them. Pakistan is out for a big problem with this earthquake, and more floods and more natural disasters that are coming. They are coming soon. So pray for Pakistan and watch what's gonna happen. And don't forget that you hear it here at Jose Fits on Microblog. I just said that the president of Turkey was going to win. I gave a prediction of that maybe a month ago. I said that he was going to win. Erdogan. He won. He stole the election. He didn't win, actually. He stole the election. He's still the prime minister or president of Turkey. More corruption. More of the same. The underworld is operating in Turkey. It's a lot of issues. It's a lot of problems. The guy's a murderer. He's a thief. And he's gonna keep doing what he's been doing. It's just business as usual. The problem with Turkey is that they're gonna have another lethal earthquake that's coming, and I see that coming soon as well. A lot of natural disasters is the way the earth is shifting. I'm gonna talk about that later. I want to talk always about topics that you guys care for. I think that knowing what's going on with the world is probably one of the most important things. Having somebody that it's like CNN or I don't know, Daily Post or Daily News or Fox News or ABC News on steroids, because I'm giving them things that happen in the future, not things that just happen. It's very powerful. Use this source. Don't forget to help the channel, and don't forget to stay tuned, because I'm going to start giving predictions once a week in English, so everybody's comfortable. I'm going to talk about now Japan. Japan is having a lot of problems. Japan is another country that's going to expect a natural disaster coming pretty soon. Japan is out for a big typhoon that's coming. I said that in my Spanish channel months ago. It's coming now. It's forming. It's evolving. It's gonna probably be something that's gonna materialize in the next weeks, and it's gonna hit Japan. I see that it's gonna be a destruction in Japan. It's gonna hit probably Hawaii too, and it's gonna just be something that it's gonna be an utter problem for the Japanese society. It's forming. I saw it way before it happened, way before it was forming in Guam, and now it's going towards Japan. So that vision is powerful, guys. It's very powerful, and it's happening. Sometimes when I see things and I just look at the news and I start searching for things, and I said, no, excuse my language, but no shit. I said that, I saw that. I can't believe it's coming. I can't believe it's in its way. It's ridiculous. But Japan is going to be a lot of problems. I want you to pray for Japan. I want you to pray for Korea. North Korea may have some of it, its neighbors, and obviously Hawaii is a big concern for me and for the United States. I've been in Hawaii. I love Hawaii, and I love the Japanese spirit. I hope that they okay. I hope that nothing happened, and it's just another typhoon like the ones that they get normally. But I saw a lot of destruction. I hope I'm wrong. I want to just close with this. There's a huge thing right now in terms of like talking about extraterrestrial life. I want you guys to know that I have a connection. I have a connection with that. I want to talk about much of my experiences because everybody talks about their experiences in YouTube. Everybody is being abducted. Everybody's has been talking to aliens. I'm not gonna talk about that until I'm ready to bring you some proofs. I have a very active Instagram. I'm gonna leave the link below. It's just very simple. At Jose Fitson Microblog. You can find me there. You can see the things I post there. I have plenty of proofs that I have a connection with them. I'm not gonna talk about that right now until I have a more concise story, so you guys I can convey my story, and I can open up about things. You know that I'm a medium. I've been posting a lot of things in Spanish where I've been having the opportunity to invocate spirits, and people could see on the videos. So it's something that's happening in many different ways. I'm not here to become a circus or become a theater, where everybody comes here and say, oh well, listen, that YouTube channel, that guy, he was photographing with an alien, and he had an interview with an alien, or he was talking telepathically with an alien, or he got a video where there was you could see presence of ghosts and all that, because that's not my objective. That's not what I'm here for. I'm here to teach. I'm here to give you my predictions, and down the road we're gonna see what happens as everything evolves. As far as I'm concerned, I think there's still a lot of skepticism about things, and one of the things that I want to let you know is that extraterrestrial life is here is here with us, is here in our planet, and everybody talks about when are they gonna come. No, it's not when are they gonna come. When are they gonna leave? They're here already. It's an invasion that we have. We don't see it. We used to have invasions when we saw the invasion of the British in India, the Crusades. The invasion of no, this is an invasion. They here. There's a lot of people that are basically in contact with them. I could see in my vision that, aside from what I know personally, that one day we'll discuss here, there's a lot of presence of extraterrestrial life in tribes, in the Amazon, in India, in places in Asia, in places where they're looking to help people and teach them how to live. They're not gonna go and talk to Donald Trump or with Vladimir Putin or with Biden, because they're not here for that. Don't expect that. Don't expect them to be on the next White House conference right next to Biden, because that's not how it works. They're not here for that. But they're here. They some of them are here trying to help us. Some of them are here trying to study, and they don't care about anything. They're not here to cause war with us. They don't know that war. There's no money. There's no wars. There's none of that there. They're a lot more advanced than us, and they're in a different dimension. But they're here. I think that some of you have seen them already. Have seen the UFOs everywhere. I think that we're gonna have a presence more pronounced soon, and you guys are gonna see what I'm talking about, what I'm trying to convey with this message. But I want to let you know they're here. They recently I have a prediction about the volcano in Mexico called Popocatépetl that was erupting, and they helped to control it. That's a black hole there that they go through. I think that they study the ashes, they study the rocks, they study the metals, they study many things in the earth. And one of the points where they like to be for some reason is in that part of the world where the Popocatépetl was, and they control the volcano. Everybody thought, oh, it's erupting, we're gonna die. I said they're gonna fix things. They have the technology to do it. Okay, they work better than us, controlling nature, and they're here, and they're gonna be. You guys are gonna. My prediction is at one point, I think that we're gonna live to see it. We're gonna see him on the streets. We're gonna see him walking. We're gonna see him like another day in our lives. They're not gonna come here to come to my office, and tell me how to organize my frames, or how to do my paperwork. It's not what they come here for. They come in to study the earth, to learn from our beautiful planet. They're not come here to kill us. They're not come here to tell us how to live. This is up to us how we do it. But I believe they're here. We have an invasion already of UFOs, and they're basically in rural communities where they're in contact with people. Personally, from my experience, and I'm gonna leave it like that, They don't like people, for the most part, at least with the ones I've been in touch, or the ones I know I have a connection with, they don't like people that eat meat, chicken, fish. They don't eat things like that. They hate, they despise that. They don't like people that drink alcohol. They despise that. That's ethanol is a poison for them. They don't understand how we do that. So one of the things that, if you guys want to go to a different dimension and you want to evolve, okay, where you could start seeing more things, so you could start comprehending more about what's going on in the universe, my advice to you, and I'm not gonna start talking about esotericism here, or mysticism, or mystic principles, but change the way you live, change the way you see things, change the way you eat. It's very important if you want to have an approach with them. If you're here, it's because you believe in these things. So I'm just giving you, and I'm just telling you what it consists of. I want to let you know that I'm running a course too. I'm running a course of for mysticism, an esoteric course, that has to do a lot with psychic development. If you guys, a lot of people have subscribed. It's gonna be month to month. I suggest the course lasts 3 months, in which we meet once a week, okay, all over the world. Obviously, the classes are in English and Spanish, depends on what, in this case, in English. Okay, it's $300 a month. Okay, if you guys are interested in register, you could do it. The registrations for June are closed. No more entries, but you can register for July. If you're interested, hit me up on my WhatsApp. I'm gonna leave it on the description. I can give you all the information. If you're interested in participating in something like that, if you are for psychic consultations, and clairvoyance consultations, life coaching, lifestyle change, so however you want to call it, it's $150 an hour, and you can hit me on WhatsApp as well. Thank you so much. It was a pleasure talking to you. It's been long. I've been busy. Many things, the world is changing according to my vision, and I had to be talking about it. And truthfully, it's been more Spanish than English, but those things, that's gonna change. Appreciate your help, appreciate your support. Don't forget to leave your like, don't forget to support the channel. I love you, Jose.